25 ways to make money. Real ones. Not the same recycled list you have seen 1,000 times. Not dropshipping, not print on demand, not start a blog. I ranked all 25. From the lowest barrier, lowest ceiling options, all the way to the ones that actually change the shape of a financial life. Some of these you can start today with zero money and zero experience. Some require time. Some require capital. All of them are working for real people in 2026. Here is what makes this list different. I am going to tell you exactly who each one is right for, exactly what it actually takes, and exactly why most people who try it fail, so you don't. 18 minutes, 25 ranked ways, no filler, no fluff. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which one is yours. Let's go. We start at the bottom of the ranking, not because these are bad, because these are the entry point, the place where most people begin, and the place most people stay, because nobody tells them there is more above. Before you build anything, audit what you have. Clothes you do not wear, electronics collecting dust, furniture you moved around twice and stopped seeing. The average household has $2,000 to $4,000 sitting in objects it no longer uses. eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Vinted, Depop. This is not a business. It is a starting point, a first $500 that funds something bigger. Nobody talks about it because it is unglamorous. It works because of that. Uber, DoorDash, Instacart, the fastest path from zero to cash in most cities on Earth. No interview, no approval period, no skill requirement beyond showing up. The ceiling is real. You are trading hours for dollars with a company taking a cut. But the floor is also real. Most drivers earn between $15 and $25 per hour net after expenses. As a bridge while building something else, this is one of the most reliable options on this list. TaskRabbit, Fiverr, Upwork at the entry level, handyman work, assembly, moving help, basic admin tasks. The opportunity here is not the platform. The opportunity is the first client. Every person who builds a serious service business will tell you the same thing. The first client came from somewhere embarrassing, a listing, a posting, a friend of a friend. The platform is the door. What you build through it is yours. Buy low, sell high. The oldest business model in human history. Thrift stores, garage sales, clearance sections, and wholesale suppliers, all feeding into eBay, Amazon, Etsy, and Facebook Marketplace. The people doing this seriously, not casually, are generating $3,000 to $8,000 a month, not from luck, from systems. Knowing which categories have consistent margin, knowing which platforms move which products, knowing how to price. This scales. Most people never scale it because they treat it like a hobby instead of a business. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. The platforms are free. The barrier is zero. The ceiling, for the people who figure it out, is genuinely unlimited. The reason this ranks 21 and not higher is the timeline. Most successful content creators took 18 to 36 months before meaningful income arrived. This is not a warning. This is a filter. The people who started anyway, knowing it would take time, are now earning from content they made years ago. Every day they do not post is a day they delayed that compounding. The entry is free. The cost is patience.
Tier 4 is where the conversation changes. These options require something Tier 5 did not. A skill. Not a degree, not years of experience. A specific, learnable capability that most people have or can acquire in weeks. Way 20. Freelance writing. Every business on the internet needs words. Website copy, email sequences, blog posts. Entry rate $25 to $50. Experienced rate $100 to $200. The top writers are not more talented. They position themselves in higher value niches. Way 19. Video editing. The creator economy is the fastest growing media category. Every person making content needs someone to look professional. Learnable in weeks using free software. Editors working with established creators earn $2,000 to $6,000 per month. The gap is just consistent practice. Way 18. Graphic design. Canva made design accessible. It also created a new problem. Everyone's designs look like Canva. Businesses pay for designers who think beyond templates. Design plus business thinking is rarer than either skill alone. Way 17. Social media management. Every business knows they need to be on social media. They have no idea what to post or how to do it. A manager who solves strategy, creation, and consistency is worth $800 to $2,500 per month per client. 3 clients is a full-time income. Way 16, tutoring and teaching. What do you know that someone else needs to learn? The answer to that question is a business. A tutor in Tunis can charge a student in Toronto. The skill is knowing something well enough to explain it. Monetize what you know. Way 15, photography and videography. Weddings, events, real estate. The demand is structural. It does not go away in a down economy. Entry-level cameras are a few $100s. The real barrier is the portfolio. Shoot for free until the work speaks for itself. Way 14, virtual assistant. The highest leverage thing a business can do is free the founder from tasks that do not require them. These tasks are not glamorous. They are in demand. Reliability is a skill. The ones who specialize earn significantly more. Tier 3 is the transition zone, the place where income starts to decouple from time, where what you build starts working without you. The barrier is higher. The timeline is longer. The ceiling is a different conversation entirely. Let's enter the leverage zone.
Tier 3 is the transition zone, the place where income starts to decouple from time, where what you build starts working without you in it. Way 13, affiliate marketing. Recommend products, get paid when people buy. Every major company on the internet has an affiliate program. The income is passive once the content is live. A video from 3 years ago still earns commissions today if it still gets traffic. The barrier is the audience. Way 12, online courses. Package what you know into a course. Sell it once, sell it 10,000 times. Create once, distribute infinitely. Specificity is the pricing mechanism. A course on social media earns $97. A course on Instagram for real estate earns $497. Same effort, different market. Way 11, newsletter/paid community. An email list is the only audience you own. Every other platform can change its algorithm or ban you tomorrow. Newsletters with 10,000 engaged subscribers generate income through sponsorships and subscriptions. The model requires audience first. Everything else follows. Way 10, dropshipping done right. Traditional dropshipping is margin thin. The version that works is different. Private label, proprietary products, a real brand. The ceiling is real. The floor has collapsed. This model requires business thinking, not just a Shopify store. It's about a brand people actually want. Way 9, Amazon FBA. Find or create a product. Send inventory to Amazon. Amazon handles storage, shipping, and returns. You manage the brand and sourcing. The operators winning in 2026 are not the ones with the cheapest product. They are the ones with the best brand and the best understanding of the algorithm. Way 8, real estate, house hacking. Buy a property, live in one unit, rent the others. Your tenants pay your mortgage. You live for free or close to it. The barrier is the down payment. The return is not just rent. It is equity building in an asset you control. This is ownership working at its most powerful. Tier 2 is a different conversation. These are not ways to make money. These are ways to build net worth. The distinction matters. Income pays your bills. Net worth changes your life. Every person who became genuinely wealthy did it through at least one Tier 2 mechanism. Way 7, index fund investing. Not exciting, not a story. The single most reliable wealth-building mechanism available to ordinary people. $500 a month, 8% return, 30 years, $745,000, not from picking stocks, from buying the entire market and not touching it. Way 6, angel investing. Invest early in startups. If it succeeds, the return is not 8%. It is 10x, 50x, 100x. This is how the largest fortunes have been built. The risk is real. Most startups fail. The math still works because one investment that returns 50x compensates for many that return 0. This belongs in every serious wealth portfolio. We are moving to the top of the list, the strategies that change everything. Get ready for Tier 2 and Tier 1, the wealth strategies. Let's go. Tier 2 is a different conversation. These are not ways to make money. These are ways to build net worth. The distinction matters. Income pays your bills. Net worth changes your life. Every person on this list who became genuinely wealthy did it through at least one Tier 2 mechanism. Way 7, index fund investing. Not exciting, not a story, not something you can post about. The single most reliable wealth building mechanism. $500 a month, 8% average annual return, 30 years, $745,000. Not from picking stocks, from buying the entire market every month. Warren Buffett has said that the best investment is a low-cost index fund. Most people find this too boring to do. That is why most people do not build wealth. Way 6. Angel investing. Invest early in startups. Take equity. If the company succeeds, the return is not 8%. It is 10x, 50x, 100x. This is how the largest fortunes in the last 30 years have been built. Not salary, not real estate, early equity in companies that became enormous. The barrier used to be connections and capital. Platforms like AngelList and Republic have lowered both. The risk is real. Most startups fail. The math still works because one investment that returns 50x compensates for many that return 0. Sized correctly, this belongs in every serious wealth portfolio. Way 5. Build and sell a business. The most underestimated exit. Build a business to $20,000 a month in revenue. Sell it for $600,000 to $1.2 million. Platforms like Acquire.com and Flippa have created a liquid market. The multiple is typically 3x to 5x annual profit. This is not theoretical. This is happening every day. The people doing it are not tech geniuses. They are operators who built something that works without them and then found someone who wanted to buy it. Way 4. Real estate investing. Not house hacking. Investment properties. Buy an asset, have tenants pay it down, benefit from appreciation.
Look at this beauty!
Use leverage to control assets worth more than your capital. The entry is harder than it has ever been, but the wealth it generates is as reliable as ever. The strategy that works in 2026 requires creative financing and specific market selection. The ones who develop it build something that outlasts them. Way 3. High-income skills plus consulting. There is a category of skill that commands $10,000 to $50,000 per engagement, not per year, per engagement. M&A advisory, enterprise sales, AI implementation, cybersecurity. These are expertise packaged into a deliverable that solves a massive problem. The client pays premium rates without negotiating. The barrier is real. These skills take years to develop. The ceiling is also real. There is almost no upper limit. The path is not fast. The destination is worth the path. We are reaching the final tier, the top 2 ways that change everything. 2 left. I have thought about this ranking more than any other, because these 2 are the mechanisms of almost every large fortune built in the last 100 years. Way 2. Build a scalable business, not a freelance practice, a system that delivers value without requiring your personal involvement in every transaction. The distinction is not talent, it is architecture. The VA trades hours for dollars. The business owner builds a system that hires the people and generates margin. Every business on this list can become a Way 2 business if the architecture is right. It is a different way of thinking about the same business. Most people never make this move because nobody showed them what it looked like. Now, we reach the top. Way 1. Ownership of appreciating assets.
2 left. I have thought about this ranking more than any other, because these 2 are the mechanisms that explain almost every large fortune built. This is it, the top of the list. Not because it is the most exciting, because it is the most true. Ownership of assets that appreciated over time.
This is our legacy.
Every person who has built multi-generational wealth,
it's so
the kind that
beautiful.
outlasts one lifetime, did it through ownership, real estate, equity, intellectual property. The mechanism is simple. You own something, the world changes. The thing you own becomes worth more. You did not work for the increase, you owned for it. This is why the rich get richer. In inflation, their assets rise. In recessions, they buy assets at discounted prices. The system does not disadvantage them. They are inside the system. They own pieces of it. The question is not whether this works. It always has. The question is when you start owning, because the day you own your first real asset, the day something works for you instead of you working for it, is the day the equation changes. Not immediately, not dramatically, but permanently. The shift from earning to owning is the final move in the game of wealth. 25 ways, ranked, real ones. Here is the truth nobody says at the end of a list like this. The ranking does not matter as much as the starting. The person who starts Way 25 today, selling what they own, will pass the person who spends 6 more months researching Way 3 without moving. The best way to make money in 2026 is the one you actually start. The tier you are in right now is not where you have to stay. Every tier on this list is a door to the next one. The reseller becomes the brand. The freelancer becomes the agency. The path moves upward if you move with it. Write down the number of the way that felt like yours. Not the most impressive one. The one that made something in you say, that one. That specific feeling is data. It is your instincts telling you where your unfair advantage lives. Trust it. If this gave you clarity, subscribe. Because next week we go deep on the single way on this list that has the highest success rate. Starting from 0 in 2026,
with a real breakdown of the first 90 days. I'll show you exactly how to build it from the ground up. See you next week. Knocks out.